Hey guys, so today we're in North Etobicoke again on a hot July day, and we're gonna go through the footings and foundation process. So the footings and foundation walls hold the weight of the house down. The weight and load of the house basically sits on the foundation walls, which then gets transferred down to the footings. The footings and foundations should be poured on even ground, which I made sure that our excavation contractor did that in the last video. So you can see we've already done the footings and the forms are already in place. But before we were able to pour our footings, we had to make sure that a surveyor came out to pin the exact locations on the corners of the footings, and then we built forms for those footings, which were eventually filled up with concrete. So after your footings are formed, you will need to call for an inspector to come on and sign off before you're able to pour the concrete for your footings. Once the footings are poured, we're then ready to form the walls and then pour the concrete for the foundation walls, which is what we're doing right now. So it's important in this step that you make sure you follow your drawings and you add blocking within your foundation wall forms for the areas that you're gonna have openings, like your basement windows, the bottom of your garage cut, or areas that water lines run in through, which is sometimes below the footings. All right, so another tip for you guys is to add structural reinforcement to your foundation walls. If you have high basement ceilings or a heavy load for your home, then steel rebar needs to be added directly into the concrete by code. The concrete protects the steel from corrosion, and the steel will make for a more solid foundation. Your structural engineer should already have indicated as part of your building permit set where the rebar is needed, but if it's not indicated, it is our recommendation that for these two-story custom homes like this one that's gonna have a brick facade and a stone facade, that you will need to put rebar into it for structural reinforcement, and that's what we're doing for this home for a client. When the concrete hardens, we can then remove the forms and clip the ends of the wall pins that is used to hold both sides of the form together. We can then begin to take these modular forms down, and the concrete contractor will eventually use them for a job site somewhere else. All right guys, so the last tip that we have for this video is to add anchor bolts and a brick ledge. So up here on top of the foundation wall will be where the anchor bolts are put right into the concrete. This is where the framing will be married to the concrete foundation wall. And the whole house sits on this narrow strip. 2x6s will be laid across the wall and bolted down. And this is the brick ledge. This is where the brick or other siding material will sit. It's a bit lower than other sections so that any moisture that condenses down has somewhere lower to go other than the framing. All right guys, so next video we're going to talk about waterproofing and the drains part of a development. Thanks for watching, and remember, the perfect lifestyle is up to you.